Hey Vijay.
Hi, good morning. Okay, I thought a different meeting invite. Same meeting invite, yeah. Okay,
Okay, yeah. So I initially put it for
2 days.
2 days.
Okay, good. Sounds good.
Yeah. So how are you?
I'm doing good. How about you? Thanks for asking.
I'm good.
Okay.
So you able to log into the
Yeah,
smart dashboard?
yeah. Let me share my screen. Okay.
Do it. Okay.
So I'm able to log in with the help of the same. Okay. So after some time, right, when I try to log in, it's logged in. Okay. So nothing
Mhm.
changes as a video. So when I try to log in, I get immediately this pop-up message. I keep on
Yeah.
this error.
Yeah.
So just wanted to highlight this one. So how to fix it? I'm surfing from internet. Okay, they give some articles and all.
Yeah.
Go to here and there and all. Okay,
Yeah.
DF-H. Come on.
Yeah. So basically, it's saying that you have not sufficient enough memory for that OPD directory. And this message, even if you get even you
Bro.
spam, you have to ignore it
Okay,
because
okay.
it's the that version R80 they require some sort of strong memory utilization for
Mm-hmm.
the setup purpose.
Mm-hmm.
But in a VMware environment, we don't have that sort of things.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why data comes. So you can simply
Okay, okay, okay. Good. Mm-hmm.
okay.
Mm. Okay.
And you have created, I think, two rules here. I can see that.
Yeah. Just I tried to push it yesterday,
Uh-huh.
but the thing gateway is not there, right? So since it is not pushing available.
Yeah, of course, it will not push,
Okay.
right? So, do you have any question like whatever we have learned
No.
uh, today?
Yeah, as of now, no. Okay. So,
It
fine.
looks good. Okay. So, next step, what we're going to do, we're going to install the gateway.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, steps are similar. We have to go to the
VM.
VM. Give me 1 second.
Okay.
Can simultaneously do my setup as well.
Mm-hmm.
So
Please record it. Huh?
yeah, I'm recording.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. So I think I have shared you the link for the yesterday
Yes, yeah,
recording.
got it. Got it.
So now go to the home and then you already there. Create a new virtual machine. Next, give the path,
Gateway.
and this time you have to give the gateway. Right.
Next. Other is there.
Next, other, give it a name like gateway. Okay.
Mm.
Location you can specify anywhere,
Mm-hmm.
giving a default location for now.
Memory, maximum disk size.
Now you left with the 10 gigabyte. I think
10.
the 20 is already utilized.
Mm-hmm.
So I can give you like for example 30 because
30.
I have space, but you don't have a space. I think
Yeah,
in
I
your
don't have.
laptop.
Yeah. So only the thing. Now I have good memory, 32 GB, but I'm running that 35 now and 13 GB only.
Yeah, so I think you specified 20 gigs, so give it 15
15.
gigabyte.
15.
Okay. Now the RAM, I think, do the customize how and specify the RAM here as per your RAM. Uh,
So now that 50% of utilization is there. So we can give, right? Uh,
Go for the memory
memory.
port.
Okay.
Uh, it should be more than 2 GB or
I can give
specify.
I can give 8 GB also.
Go for the 8 GB, then it will give you better performance.
Mm. Okay.
Okay. Then specify processors like two processors, two cores. Okay.
Okay.
Then our
Network adapter.
yeah bridge adapter. So we need to remember this thing.
Mm-hmm.
Management server always have less interface. We don't require more interface with the management.
Okay.
With the gateway,
Mm-hmm.
you need to have at least three interface
Okay.
or more,
More.
right?
Okay.
So gateway should have at least three interface
Mm-hmm.
and in real life you will see more than three interface your appliance or whatever it is,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
So try to create uh, three more network adapters.
Okay. Which options we need to select? This one.
Yes, you have to go for the bridge because it's a VMware environment.
Mm.
We will not do much uh, I'm not able to do much things, so we will select a bridge environment uh,
What
for
is
now at least.
what is meant by that? Bridge it? What is it? What help? If you can help me.
Bridge is like you are connecting to your whatever the network you have currently with your PC,
Okay. Local network.
local network,
Okay.
and then you select that checkbox.
Mm-hmm.
So whichever the IP address you have,
Mm-hmm.
it will get those IPs as a reflection,
Okay.
right?
Correct.
So that's why you were able to easily log into this gateway. Otherwise, you have to play tweak around and do some extra arrangement. That's why we don't want to waste time on that because the main purpose here is learning.
Correct.
Yeah.
So these options are not different. NAT, host only, customs and all. LAN segment.
Yeah. So this is a part of the VMware.
Okay.
So if you look for these options, you will get all the internet, like what is the purpose.
Okay.
So when we use NAT, when we use host only, when we use customize,
Then
like
okay.
depending on the requirement,
Requirement only.
create.
Okay.
But here the bridge mode will give us
Correct. Right.
our
There are
bridge
three
mode.
modes which I have taken. Network
Yeah.
0. Okay. Fine.
Yeah.
Right. Close it. Right.
Everything is for now as a bridge. Okay.
Mhm.
And just say finish or close. So this is what it will look like. Yeah. Then finish. And then you need to power on the virtual machine.
So do you have what is this? Install the guest operating. Some keep on coming. What is this?
Where it is.
Here. Click in the virtual screen.
Uh,
Install the operating system. Any idea?
that is, the VMware plugins, they, always ask to do
Mhm.
install things. We don't have to bother about it.
Okay. Okay.
That is not related to the OS what we are installing.
Okay. Okay. Install Gaia on the system.
Yeah. So again, it's a similar steps
Okay.
what we performed yesterday with the Magma server.
Okay.
At least for the initial part, but later on there is one or two important things we need to note on.
Okay.
Let's do the similar steps.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is a welcome page.
Okay.
Select the country,
Password. Same password I'll give.
Yeah. So by default, we are selecting what all here,
Okay.
same password.
Here Ethernet 0 or Ethernet 1? Both.
Uh, Here specify Ethernet 0,
Okay.
give the IP address. It's your 192.168.0 dot something.
Yeah. 130 I'll give.
In my case, 192.161 dot say 101 because 100 I have given.
So default gateway I can ignore it. Huh?
Yeah, for now ignore it.
At the next stage of the installation progress, will you able to format all your address? Okay.
Yeah. So basically, whatever the space we are allocating, that is getting formatted. Not
Mhm. Mhm. So can we so that error message which we saw, right? Is it relevant to like the memory we are providing here? Here,
yes, yes. So yeah.
here.
So if you if you check the there's a document called release note.
Mm-hmm.
So every OS checkpoint provide release notes.
Mm-hmm.
So if you look into those documents,
Mm-hmm.
you will find that what is the minimum requirement for having this OS to be installed.
Mm-hmm.
In a real life scenario,
Mm-hmm.
based on the minimum requirement, we need to
Mm-hmm.
go.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and the decision of the having this in place, all this OS and everything,
Okay.
is based on the checkpoints and best practice.
Mm-hmm.
So I will walk you through that document once this get
Okay.
installed.
Okay.
Okay.
In real environment, once if we got that appliance like in Cisco and all, in Juniper, these devices and all, through TFTP server, we are copying that in my iOS, right, at the initial startup. Okay, so here it's completely it's like based on GUI. Okay, how it is there? Like generally, I'm asking.
Yeah. So here you can use WinSCP,
Okay,
which is classic we use, or FileZilla, something like that.
correct.
Mostly we use WinSCP
And then
to copy the files onto the gateway
gateway. Huh? In once if
or management server.
you need to set that IP right in management server.
Yeah, IP as in you have to give the IP address on that WinSCP and username password what we have set up for the SSH,
Mm-hmm.
and it will give you the host file. So we'll be looking that
Okay.
once we talk about the
Yes.
uh, yeah that part.
But would quickly installing at least within 10 minutes we are able to complete the gateway and good.
Yeah, it is very fast process. Okay, so mine the package is getting installed. So again, now you can go on the HTTPS. I mean on the website.
Yeah, maybe it's taking time.
So have you given HTTPS?
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Next. Here, continue with R. Correct?
Continue with the article configuration.
Fine, right?
Yeah. So what you will do here, just specify the IP address, or you can go ahead and do it when you log in. So
Okay.
later on we'll do that. So say next, next. Okay, give the host name, gateway.
Domain name, I ignore it. DNS. Okay. Yesterday, what we give firewall dot.
Yeah, firewall again.
YAWN or only one single N?
Double N, I think. Yeah. No, not double A N.
Okay. Then next. This is correct only. Security gateway or security management?
Yes. So we have to select security gateway. Click next now. Yeah. So just uncheck the management server. If you keep this management server checked,
Mm-hmm.
so what will happen? As we discussed, there was a scenario
Mm-hmm.
that standalone gateway,
Mm-hmm.
management server, and the security gateway will be on one box,
Okay.
right? So it will look like that.
Okay.
So we are not selecting that. We are selecting only the security gateway as this is distributed environment. And try to select the unit is a part of clustering. Yeah. And in a clustering world, we have two options. One, you can use cluster Excel,
Mm-hmm.
which is checkpoint proprietary
Mm-hmm.
clustering, and another one is VRRP, like how we do in our routers and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Generally, 99.9% we only use cluster Excel.
Okay.
Okay, so like next, this is the very important part. So this is the activation key is something where is a is something like it's a one-time password.
Mm-hmm.
So when we try to communicate our SMS
Mm-hmm.
management server to
Mm-hmm.
the gateway,
Mm-hmm.
that time we provide this SIG. Yesterday we discussed this part, secure internal communication.
Correct.
Then I told you that okay, we need to give the password
Correct.
for SIG to be established between the SMS and the gateway so that they both communicate to each other.
Correct.
So that purpose we need to give the activation. So you have to remember the activation key.
Mm-hmm.
So give the activation key.
Okay. Any number or like
Uh, give any sort of password better.
password?
Like to remember that.
Okay. So this is like our own only. Whatever the our own only, correct?
What do you mean by that? Our one?
So what are the password we are setting only? So it's not like from checkpoint we are getting that key from here, correct? This key we are not purchasing from checkpoint, right? Or like how it is there?
No,
Kind
no,
of
no.
license.
Just the kind of the password we need to
Oh,
remember.
okay.
There's no licensing or anything like that. This
Oh,
is something is related to us.
okay.
Okay. So now it's verifying the configuration and everything.
Hmm. You're also using Lenovo.
Yeah.
Okay, but which series?
Lenovo, I got this Intel Core i7.
Mm-hmm.
This guy, they call it
ThinkPad.
Idea Pad.
iPad. Okay, okay. Mm-hmm.
It's a touch.
Good. How the specification?
So 16 gigabyte of RAM, 100 gigabyte memory,
Mm-hmm.
i7 uh,
Okay.
touch screen,
Mm-hmm.
graphics card. They call
Okay.
it a IH graphics card.
Correct. I also recently took it from ThinkPad.
Yeah, yeah. That is the, I mean, Lenovo is best.
Best.
So for I'm also do the same setting on my back.
Okay.
I'm just setting up the details here. So when I share you the video, you'll get this thing as well.
It's logged in.
Yeah. Give me 1 minute. One setup. Yeah. So here you also see the similar things.
Mm.
Now what you need to do, go to that network interface.
Here.
This first option after the network management, yeah, and edit the ETH1. So we are considering for that purpose, this is the external interface.
Okay.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so we'll be giving IP address like 172.16.1.1 and subnet mask as a 24, 255.255.255.0 like that.
Okay, okay.
Okay,
Slash 24. Okay. One
we will
one is
put
fine.
the,
No? 1.1 only, right?
yeah, that is fine. Uh, Put it enable, so interface will be enabled. Click OK. So now we have at least a two interface,
Mm-hmm.
right? In real world, you will be seeing a lot of interfaces, but for the lab purpose, it's sufficient to have at least a one external interface, one interface, and
Mm-hmm.
now we'll have a one more interface as a DMZ interface. So do this ETS2, go to the ETS2 and create this as DMZ interface 10.1.1.1. In a comment section, you can give the details,
Okay, okay.
what interface
Correct,
is
correct.
what.
This is also slash 24.
Yeah, so we can easily remember the thing. Yeah. Again, try to edit that ATH2
Okay, okay.
and go to that Ethernet.
Ethernet.
Yeah. So here you can specify the MTU.
Mhm. Okay.
in some sort of scenarios, we can, we want to tweak the MTU, so that you can deliver from here.
Okay.
And there is something called monitor mode.
Mm-hmm.
So, in a situation where we want to monitor the interface,
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
uh, in that case, you can, put it in the monitor mode,
Any speed and all fluctuation is there, like this kind of. Huh?
whatever the things for the purpose, monitoring purpose.
Okay.
We don't have such thing here, so we don't do that. Okay, click OK. Now,
This
uh,
interface is internal, allow this interface. One is DMZ external interface, right?
you can make it like a external interface, one is internet interface. Yeah. So now, come back to that smart console. So this is done from
Once if you done, no need to save. It will auto save.
from here it will auto save.
Okay.
And if you go back to that, if you do some sort of changes like say host name change or anything, go to that host and DNS.
Here what I did, I went to here a dot instead. I put it only one a. Earlier here I checked, it was only one a. So again I
Yeah,
get
yeah, that is fine. That is fine.
okay.
So when you say apply, it automatically
Correct.
get
Correct.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is done.
Go to small console.
Yeah. Now go to the smart.
Mhm.
Now we have configured the gateway. Now we need to establish uh, what we call SIC between the gateway. Okay. So how it looks. One is your SMS and one is your gateway. Between them, you need to establish a SIC. So how it will be done, I'll just show you.
Okay.
Go to the uh, servers and gateway, and here you go to that yes star, and here click to the gateway. Now we have two mode. One is your classic. One is your classic wizard, and then one is your uh, the legacy wizard. So either you can use, but we generally use the classic wizard. So click that wizard, right, and it will give you the details now. You have to just fill in those details. Okay. So now the this is something we call as a gateway property, and this is you need to fill up. So we there is type of properties what we have here in the checkpoint world.
Okay.
One is your general properties which we are seeing, and one is global property.
Okay.
So global property is apply to all the gateways, all the configuration, and general property is only applied to relevant to or only relevant to the gateway what we configure. Okay, so give it a name here. So yeah,
What is color under?
yeah. So the color coding is also important because based on that we will like the pattern what we need to do is like okay, our gateway will be having this color. Uh,
Okay,
and
okay,
the server will be having this color.
okay, okay. We can distinguish. We can distinguish.
Yeah, so give it the IP address. Now we don't have IPv6, so we don't give that IPv6 address here.
Mhm.
Okay, come and give it like this is what sort of security gateway you have. So give it like this is my main office security gateway, primary security gateway.
Mhm.
Okay. Now before going to the SIG, just come to the platform, and here you have selected open server. And in real world, if you have whatever the appliance or whatever the uh, you are running with,
Mhm.
so you have to specify that,
So
right?
these are all models, huh? Okay.
All the models.
For example,
So
in your
yeah,
organization, you might have like this appliances, right?
is this 5,000 for example? So
Okay.
you have to select that, right?
Okay. Hmm.
That is the hardware. So
Hmm.
right now we have open server, so we need to select open server.
Open server means what is this? Open server means
Open server as in there is no appliance,
okay.
okay?
There is no
You
plan.
are just installing on the
Mm-hmm.
whatever the open server like a Dell open server,
Mm-hmm.
whichever.
Okay. Okay. Dell
Right?
open. Oh, this under
Yeah,
open server. Okay. Okay.
yeah. Not like that
Hmm.
the checkpoint recognized.
So we can install in HP or Dell in anywhere. We can install this software. That's what like it was
Yeah.
this meaning.
This
Otherwise,
yeah.
if I'm purchasing any product, it will. So as I said, net Cisco two
It
nine
will
six zero
it
three eight
will
five
come up
zero
with
model like this.
whatever
Any
the model.
what are the
Yeah.
respective model only we need to select. Correct? Huh?
Correct, correct. That is correct.
Okay. Right, bro. So these are the OS versions. Okay.
Yeah.
So, okay. Initially, it starts with R70. Yeah. I mean, it was migrated to like up to here, right?
Yeah,
You
it
can say
started from R60
R60. Okay.
or yeah.
Mhm. Then
So
R8.
right
The
now we
iOS.
have
Hmm. Above
uh,
R8. Yeah.
R80.30, so that version we have selected and it's a Gaia OS.
Okay. Okay.
Uh, just beneath it, if you see, there is a different blades. So
This is
as I told you, the checkpoint is a blade kind of architecture.
correct.
So the network security is something is your gateway
Mm-hmm.
structure, and if you see there is a management, this
Mm-hmm.
is for the your management SMS, right?
Okay.
Kind of blades.
Correct.
So when you click back to the network security,
Mm-hmm.
so basically whatever the things you need to configure,
Mm-hmm.
you have to tick that mark,
Okay.
right? For now, we are just doing the firewalling work.
Okay.
So that mark is checked. But
Mm-hmm.
in future, if you want to do the IPsec VPN, you have to select this blade. If you want to do the IPS, you have to select the IPS blade. URL filtering, you have to select the URL filtering blade. It's up to you how
Okay.
you're going to learn, right?
But so if I select only firewall only will come in that gateway. You mean to say, correct?
Yeah. So right now we are doing the firewalling.
Correct.
That's why we just select the firewalling. But in the future, you want to perform the VPNs, you have to perform this URL filtering, you know. So you have to select
Select
those
only.
and then install the policy and go ahead. Right?
Correct. Until until if you are not selected, it won't come. You mean to say, right?
It won't come. It will not. It won't work basically.
It won't come. Okay. It won't show also. Correct. Therein.
You will see those things,
Mm-hmm.
but as I say in a Palo Alto wall, if you enable something, right?
Mm-hmm.
Enable some or do the licensing for something, then only it get reflected on the in real Palo Alto
Mm-hmm.
configuration, and it will impose to the policy, impose to the whatever the configuration you have.
Mm-hmm.
Like that, here also, if you select this, right,
Mm-hmm.
and then if you have a license for it,
Mm-hmm.
then only it will come into the play.
Okay. Right.
Okay. Now this is what the basic understanding of the properties. Now come to that secure internal communication.
Second round. Okay. Here.
Click communication. Yesterday we learned like what is SIG, and
Mm.
today only while installing the security we gave that one-time password.
Correct.
Let's give that one-time password. and click initialize. Now you are seeing here certificate set.
Okay.
It's trust established. That means your SMS
Mm-hmm.
is now communicating to your gateway.
Gateway. Correct, bro.
Okay. So now you can able to establish the policy, install the policy. Don't click OK for now.
Mm-hmm.
Just go to that test SIC status. Here you are seeing SIC status for gateway is communicating.
Mm-hmm.
But there was scenarios when due to some reason the communication between the SMS
Mm-hmm.
and the gateway broke. That time here you will see different messages that it's not communicating or whatever the issue,
Mm-hmm.
you will get those messages here. So always come and first do this test is the SSC status.
Mm-hmm.
If you are saying communicating, then it's well and good.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, there is an issue. Okay?
Okay. If it is, it will prompt that error. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Fine.
Then you click close. And when once you say OK here,
Mm-hmm.
it will fetch all the details.
It will fetch all the
Click,
details.
yeah, click say OK.
So until unless if you are not providing the password, okay, so the communication will not provide. Once if you provide that,
Yeah, yeah,
immediately it
yeah.
will start sync. Okay.
So in Palo Alto, we have the serial numbers.
So
Here we need to give all this thing because of the security.
okay, right.
Now click OK. So he has automatically fetched the config from your uh, gateway.
Correct. These are not
This
level.
is what we have specified.
Hmm.
So this they call it as a topology. If you see there's a top, there's a gate topology result. So this is the topology what we have fetched.
Correct.
Now say close. Okay. Now come to the network management. There's something called network management.
Hmm.
Uh, this is what the interfaces and everything what we have configured.
Okay, correct.
Here you are seeing the three things: the name of the interface, the topology of interface, and the IP address.
Okay.
Right now, the firewall gateway they don't know what purpose we have the interface configured.
Hmm.
What is the purpose of ETH 0? What is the purpose of ETH? What is the purpose of ETH 2? As we know that okay, ETH 0 we put it like internal, ETH 1 is external, and ETH 2 is DMZ, but that is not known by the firewall. Okay,
Correct.
so what we need to do, we need to edit this thing. Okay,
Okay.
so just edit ETH1. And before that, tell me, have you seen my anti-spoofing video?
Hmm. Uh, uh, but yet I started bro. Fully, I'm not watching, but only small video only. But see,
That's why I every day upload
yeah,
something.
yeah. I
You
start
have to watch,
correct, bro.
have to be updated.
Correct, bro.
So
It was very
in
good
general,
only. You're like live
in
examples you're
general,
providing.
what do you mean by anti-spoofing
Uh,
or a spoofing?
so vulnerability prevention.
Vulnerability prevention. It's a large term. What you just said.
Uh-huh.
In general, what is anti-spoofing?
Hmm.
Consider you have a firewall.
Okay.
You have two interface, three
Hmm.
interface. One is your internal interface, one is your external interface, and one is your DMZ interface. When the
Okay.
traffic come from the outside world,
Correct.
okay, from the cloud
Correct.
or what it is, it hit to your external interface,
Correct.
right? But sometimes what happens, the attacker, what they do,
Hmm.
they hit to your external interface,
Okay.
okay, and they tweak your IP address for of the external IP address or whatever the IP address they're coming with, and they put it those IP address in a such a way that that IP address looks like, okay, this is the internal IP address, or some
Uh-huh.
IP address which is, firewall things, okay, this is my network IP address,
Correct.
right?
Correct.
So tweaking those IP address
Okay.
and making sure, or making those IP address in a form of like, okay, this is the look like a legitimate IP address,
Correct.
playing with the IP address
Correct.
is something we call it IP spoofing,
Okay. Correct.
right? I
Correct.
mean, just stealing the things for the IP address and making those IPs like a legitimate IP address for your internet network.
Internet work.
Yeah. So in that case,
Mm-hmm.
firewall don't know now that, okay, the IP what I'm getting is my internal
Legitimate.
interface IP address or external interface IP address,
Okay.
because, for example, your internal interface IP addresses, they are configured say 192.168.1.1, and
Mm-hmm.
your external IP address is whatever from the outside world is 2.2.2.2.
Correct.
But when it hit to your interface, the attacker tweaked that IP address, which is
Mm-hmm.
coming from outside world, and your internal, sorry, external interface, you will get IP address 192.168.1.100, something like that.
Hmm.
Okay,
Correct.
so your external interface is coming, or you are getting the IP address like internal interface.
Hmm.
Right? The firewall will think, okay, this is my internal interface IP address. It will divert to the internal interface IP address, and that way the hacking will happen. I mean, the stealing will happen, right?
Hmm.
The attack will get access.
Correct, bro.
Prevent that, what we have,
Hmm.
the spoofing.
Spoofing is
Okay,
there. Correct. Hmm.
so always remember we need to do IP spoofing configuration for
Mm-hmm.
external interface for sure,
Okay. Internal.
and external
Correct.
interface.
External interface.
Yeah. For internal, it's up to you
Mm-hmm.
as per your requirement.
Mm-hmm.
But for external interface, you need to deliver. So this is our internal interface. So we'll be putting something over there as well. Just click to the modify, and here, if you come to the bottom, there's something called anti-spoofing.
Correct.
So the option is prevent anti-spoofing based on the interface topology. Click to that drop down and say detect.
Okay.
So why I'm putting here detect, because this is the
I-
internal interface.
Internal interface. Uh-huh.
So for now, I'm putting like a detect, and here we are logging the traffic.
Log, right?
Yeah. So if you see at the top leads to, so we are putting like, oh, this is the internal interface.
Okay. Internal interfaces. Correct. User defined. Okay. Internal zone.
Yeah. And if you want to tweak here as well,
Mm-hmm.
if you want, okay, say some exceptions I want to give,
Mm-hmm.
only this network, only I wanted to, do the anti like that. So you can view the exceptions here. There is something called do not check packet from here at the bottom, anti-spoofing.
Perform answer. Okay.
Yeah. When you do in the prevent mode, just click to the prevent mode.
Prevent mode.
Here, okay. Detect, instead of that,
Okay.
do a uh, yeah, and go to the top, put like override.
One second, bro. Override. Yeah.
Yeah, right. I think this option need to be reflect here, but this is a VM environment. That's why you're not saying that.
Okay.
Don't take packet from.
Okay.
But if you want to do the exceptions,
Mm-hmm.
you will give those network here. Okay,
Yes.
don't check anti-spoofing for this network like that.
Okay. Okay. So, but mainly external interfaces they will put or they will apply on real environment or like internal interfaces.
Internally, yeah, mostly we'll put it as a detect mode, but depends on the
Okay.
organization requirement.
Okay.
For now, make it check.
Hmm.
Click to that override,
Override. Okay. Uh,
and here if you see what interface you have, so one is your external, one
mm-hmm.
this is your network internal.
Mm-hmm.
Select internal, and here also you can specify IP address behind the interfaces.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so generally, we give this network defined by the internal IP and network mask.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, uh, or you have specific IP addresses.
Mhm.
So generally, we give the network defined by the interface and the network mask.
Okay.
This is
Generally, network
yeah,
defined over here.
yeah,
Okay. Okay, defined by the interface. Okay.
yeah.
So once if you click, do we need to give IP address or it will take automatically because the one we
It
have?
will take automatic because we have defined as an interface.
Okay.
Uh,
Instead of this network internal, okay, we need to apply this.
yeah, if you want to override and you have some other configuration given by the
Mhm.
your organization, okay, this is what we need to do.
Okay.
So you can override the basic thing. Otherwise, select the number one option.
Number one.
For now, select the number one option. This is different,
Great, bro.
right?
Mm.
Any question here? This is important part.
Great. Mm. So this is for only one interfaces which we are applying. That
Yeah,
anti-spoofing.
just for the internal interface we are applying.
Once if you applied only that anti-spoofing, we can import it. Okay. Otherwise, if you're not applying here, it won't come the picture. Correct?
Right.
Okay.
So say okay. Here also say okay.
Okay. This is not record.
Yeah,
Yes.
that is the advanced topics.
Okay.
So QoS and all.
Okay.
And now go to the ETH one. This external interface. Go to the topology here. Modify. So as you said, why what is by default? So by default
Mm.
we have this
Mm.
perform anti-spoofing and it's in prevent mode.
Mm.
Okay. So internet interface also it's a by default prevent mode.
Mhm.
But basically, internet interfaces we only put it in a detect mode because of connectivity issue or whatever the issue we face,
Mhm.
right? So you have to come here and check that what it configured, right?
Okay.
So now for the external, you have to give override and it's internal internet external interface.
Mhm.
Then you have to come here and say it's performed anti-spoofing, and now you see that check marks is enabled.
Ah, yeah.
Just click that. Here you define which interface, which subnets you want to accept from performing the anti-spoofing, if you have any requirement.
Okay. Except.
Yeah,
Except. This is for except. Okay.
accept. Yeah.
Okay.
So as per my experience in real life world,
Mhm.
uh, there are many sort of applications who deny this configuration
Uh-huh.
having the spoofing enabled, so
Okay.
that the packet get drops.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
So generally, you will see a lot of exception here. Exceptions here.
From that exception, the project will rise and then we will allow it for that particular.
And
So here
always,
your list of projects will show. List of projects,
yeah,
IPs.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
This is subnets you mean to say.
yeah. And if you click the new here,
New.
this is some simple new. So you can define your network here, what you want to define.
Okay, the particular subnet we can give and then we can exclude. Okay.
Yeah,
Which NAT they are coming also.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. But this concept is very important, bro. Anti-spoofing.
Why important? Because as per my experience,
Yesterday you put
a
video.
lot of the time you will see customer or user complaining that okay,
Mhm.
firewall is dropping the communication,
Mm.
and in the logs you are not seeing anything because when we talk about anti-spoofing, it's all about the kernel logs.
Okay.
So you have to do little bit in depth troubleshooting
Mm-hmm.
uh, on the firewall
Mm-hmm.
gateway from
Okay.
the command line to see that anti-spoofing is happening, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Uh, for sake of understanding, just go to the VMware.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Uh, okay. Let it be for now. I'll show you that part.
Okay, bro.
Now here, we cancel, exit, and say okay.
Internal. This is correct,
Don't.
bro.
Yeah. Uncheck that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Okay, the comments it won't come, huh? Comments
Comments, if you put comment, then it will come. These comments are from here only.
here only.
So there is a space here.
Okay,
The space for the comments.
external.
Yeah, if you type anything, it will reflect there.
172 is the external interface only, bro. Correct?
Yeah,
Okay.
172 is your external, 192 is your internal. Yeah,
Okay.
right. And this network, we make it like a DMZ network, but for now we will utilize that ATS2 as a sync network,
Okay.
right? That will be now say okay.
Here there is no options. Okay.
Yeah. So at least when you want to make your gateway up and running, these are the basic steps you need to follow.
Preliminary action. Okay.
Actually, yeah. Now it's generating the signature and everything.
Mhm.
And now
Mhm.
uh, we will see that your gateway is there here,
Okay.
right? But so far we have not configured any policy,
Mhm.
anything,
One.
right?
Yeah. Only one policies which we have configured, but it was not pushed
Yeah, it is not pushed yet.
because gateway is
So
not came. Wang,
yeah,
wang.
what I am saying now we'll have some theoretical part about the
Yes.
policy. We'll have a presentation.
Mm.
It looks,
Mm.
and then we will further continue. Okay,
Okay.
so you can stop sharing your screen and let me.
Okay. This machine will come up automatically. It will time take the status.
No, stop now. You just have to have a sync established between your both the machine.
Okay.
I mean, not the sync. The policy needs to be. That's it.
Mm. Okay.
Okay. Uh, training.
You're sharing a screen. Huh?
Yeah, give me one minute. So until this part, do you have any question?
Yeah, I'm comfort. Sorry, I mean, you clarified very good. Mm.
Okay.
This one day is checked that license and all. It will expire in some time, or we can use it or something. Any idea?
Licensing will do in a bit,
Okay,
but first we will complete the
this one.
yeah understanding of the policy part.
So this activate blades, you mean to say only firewall only it will shows here. Okay. If you want to activate the rest of the bits, you need to click this one on all, correct? Huh?
Uh, One second, let
Okay,
me.
okay, okay. Take it.
Why? Because I yeah. Go ahead and ask your question.
Now here in that access blade, okay, as of now firewalls only which we have. So in
Hmm.
future, if you want, you need to activate from here only, correct?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Now what you will do? You will do one more thing.
Mhm.
Go there and there's something called publish at the top.
Publish.
Yeah. So this publish is nothing but we are saving the configuration
Okay.
on that. Okay. So just say publish. You give the session name and publish.
This handles a CR number, right? If you are putting any change number, you can put it like this only, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
So earlier version they were having the option like a save config.
Mhm.
Yeah. But now they are like publish it.
So, yeah, what is meant by this one, bro? Install and publish. Later on we will cover. Or,
Yeah, publish as I said, it's a saving the configuration.
okay.
So you're saving on the management server.
Mm-hmm.
Right now you've saved it. So
Installments
installment you need to install it to the gateway.
directly gateway.
So
Okay.
yeah, right now you saved on the management server,
Correct.
but when you say install, it will go to the gateway.
Okay. Great.
Okay. So the lab part is over. Now let's see the.
The one policy which I placed, can I push it or?
Yeah, but you need to understand something about the policies. What
Okay,
is
okay, bro.
we need
Fine.
to put the policies in place
Okay,
while the theoretical part
got it,
is
bro.
there.
So you're sharing your screen. Huh?
Let me share my screen.
How to go here?
Yeah, let me know if you're able to see my screen. Okay.
Yeah, it's loaded.
So this is what we're going to see now.
Actually, what happened? You can't remove this presentation. Okay,
Because I have the another screen also.
okay, okay,
Screen.
okay. So one a tooltip kind of things in coming in that video. Okay, fine. That's fine, bro.
This one, right?
Uh,
234.
yeah. Now it's went, bro. Now it went.
Okay.
Mm.
So
So here
we'll be
also
seeing
you can. So here also you can make it as a presentation. There is an option. Uh,
where
okay. In go to the display settings.
which setting?
Display settings.
Oh,
Just
display setting.
mm,
Duplicate. You want to duplicate.
duplicate.
Okay.
Mm. Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So today only we'll be saying the theoretical part, and after the theoretical part, the only labs are there.
Okay. Sure.
So we'll be saying introduction to the security policy. What is the security policy approach we have on checkpoint firewall? Okay. Back. Yeah. Then monitoring the traffic and the connection. When the security policy part is over, and then we'll see uh, smart update where the licensing is involved, like how we perform the licensing part, and we'll continue the labs after that.
Okay.
Okay, so let's start with this. So I think in Palo Alto world or in Checkpoint world, we have the same approach. Uh, like how the approach in Palo Alto we have, it's a top-down approach, right?
Correct.
I mean, whenever you install a policy, how the rules get checked
From
from
top
top to
top to
bottom,
bottom only.
right? There is no other way. So in a checkpoint world also, you have the same approach.
Okay.
The top level policy will check first, and then it will come to the below policy, like what, right? So this is how the firewall thing works. So whenever you configure the rules, what happens? Uh, I mean, whenever I mean, any sort of connections come into the picture. For example, this is your PC. Your PC, you're trying to access some web page from the world, from the cloud or the from the internet. How things happen? You will request a connection from here, then firewall process that thing, and then it will go outside world, right? So when you request the connection, the firewall compares those connection with the policies, rules, what they have specified. Okay, once it says, okay, does the data what we have requested that matches the rules, policy matches? If yes, then only the whatever the action we have specified on that rule take place. I will show you what are the actions are there. Otherwise, that thing is get dropped. right?
Okay.
So this is how the options we going to see
Hmm.
on the firewall
Hmm.
when you go to the policy rule.
Hmm.
So you'll be seeing that okay number. So number is something where you it's giving you like what policy rule number you are at.
Hmm.
So you have say for example number one.
Hmm.
Say this is rule number one.
Hmm.
Under it you have a facility to create the sub rules. For example 1.1
Hmm.
like that 1.2.
Hmm.
So we'll be seeing that
Hmm.
this number field will give you those like at where you are.
Hmm.
Okay. Now then there is something called hits. You know, on Palo Alto Firewall, you will see how many packets got hit to
Hmm.
that rule,
Hmm. Correct.
right?
Correct. Number of it.
Yeah. So like that, it is a number of connection that matches this rule. So
Hmm.
it will give you some numbers. Say okay, say 1K packets.
Hmm.
Number of the connections 1K is hit to
Hmm.
this rule.
Correct.
Okay.
Okay. So one dot bro. That rule do not have number means what is this bro? We don't have number. So can you repeat one more time only?
Which one?
The first one, rule number in the firewall rule base.
Yeah.
Implied rules do not have implied do not have a number means that one only.
Yes. This part is the
Hmm.
next slide.
Okay, next line.
You
Okay,
can
okay,
see
bro.
here.
Okay, okay, fine,
So
bro.
I will that time I'll
Okay,
explain.
okay, bro. So, but we have a rule number, correct? Once if you create a rule
Yeah,
number, one,
but
two, three,
there
it will show.
are two different rules.
Hmm.
One, let's talk about that only now.
Okay.
So let's clear it. So there are two rules.
Hmm.
One is your sorry, let me go back. One is your explicit rule,
Hmm.
okay, and one is your implied rule.
Hmm.
Explicit rule we create, okay, and implied rule system create.
Hmm.
System as in
Hmm.
by default based on your configuration,
Hmm.
firewall create these rules.
Hmm.
In Palo Alto firewall, you see data plane, then control plane,
Correct.
right?
Correct.
What what we have in a control plane? Those are some rules
Hmm.
which we get from the Palo Alto firewall,
Hmm.
right?
Correct.
Like that, we have here.
Hmm. Hmm.
Clear?
Correct, bro. Huh?
Here, if you read the definition also,
Hmm.
explicit rules that you create to configure which connection the firewall allows. So
Hmm.
basically, the two rules what we have defined there, one is test and one is cleanup.
Hmm.
Those are the explicit rules. Okay,
Okay.
but there are some firewall general rules.
Hmm.
So those are implied rules that are based on the setting in the global properties menu.
Hmm.
I will show you those rules as well. So
Okay.
those are your explicit rules. Okay.
Okay. So in Palo Alto also in other file also there are two rules will be there. So one is like manually the one we are creating rule. One is for global policy. Global rules will be there.
No,
Ah,
we're not talking about a global rules here.
okay. Okay. That is not a global rule. Okay.
Global rules like that, for example, uh, this is your Palo Alto.
Hmm. Hmm.
You have a lot of things here. Say, uh, context, like uh, what in Palo Alto we call for the context. They call it different Palo Alto OS or different Palo Alto machines
Correct.
or different Palo Alto firewalls within a one firewall.
Hmm.
So this is a firewall one, firewall two, like that. This is your main Palo Alto, and within that
Mm,
you will create a sub Palo Alto firewalls,
mm,
right?
mm, mm, correct.
For different customers,
Correct.
and something called global rules.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever you will create here,
Mm-hmm.
those you can apply to this both the rules, both the firewalls,
Okay,
right?
great. Mm,
That is what the global rules, right?
correct. Correct.
Yeah, but this is not we're talking about the global rules. We're talking about rules which are firewall generated.
Mm-hmm.
So this is my two firewall, firewall one, firewall two.
Mm,
This is my main Palo Alto firewall.
mm,
So this firewall itself, based on your connections,
mm,
whatever configuration you define, it create its own rules.
mm,
It also create its own rules. We don't create these rules. The firewall itself create those rules for
mm,
their sake of understanding. For example, uh, by default, firewall create rules. If you create a say FTP rule,
mm,
background for this FTP rule, firewall have some own phenomena to access this FTP rule.
mm,
That rule is not visible to you, and you don't have any control on these rules.
mm,
For the sake of firewall's understanding, it creates its own rules.
mm.
Right? So those are the implied rules we're going to see in a bit. But for now, just understand it's not a global rules. Those the implied rules are the firewall generated rules, as simple as that.
Mm. Great,
Okay.
bro.
Then you specify the names.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Name of the rule, name that the system admission give to the rule. Source is your network object that start the connection. For example, when you see the policy,
Mm-hmm.
you will see from where the packet is coming, the source IP address, where it's going, which is your destination IP address,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Correct.
There is something called VPN. So if you are doing the VPN side to side or remote side, so
Mm-hmm.
that time you are using this definition of the allowed or block the traffic between the VPN sites like that.
Mm.
Then there is something called service, type of network service that allow or block. So in a Palo Alto firewall, we have something called application tab or
Mm.
applications
Mm.
where you define, okay, let's define TCP22, this allow TCP22
Mm-hmm.
or TCP or whatever the UDP
Mm-hmm.
services, the ports, whatever we give. In Palo Alto, we'll give it under the application tab. Here we give under the service tab. As simple as that.
Okay.
Okay. Then action, the firewall action that is done when the traffic matches the rules.
Mm-hmm.
So we have general options. One is your accept that connection. One is drop that connection.
Mm-hmm.
One you can specify reject with some to the end user. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
this is rejected due to this that. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Correct.
Track track and log the action done when the match rules. So if you want to enable the logging for that rule, you can specify under the tag.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Install on network object that will get the rule of the security policy. The policy target option install the rules on all security gateways. So here you will specify on which security gateway
Mm.
or which firewall you want to install the rules.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Correct.
Then there is something called time. Here you can define that rules, how the rule will impose at what time. If you want to give, okay, say during the weekend only, I want to have this rule to be in place
Mm-hmm.
or come into the place.
Mm-hmm.
You can specify that time, okay, Saturday, Sunday,
Mm-hmm.
this time you will have this rule in place, depending on the requirement, right?
Got it. Mm.
These are the optional things.
Correct.
The comment you can give to the comments that, okay,
Mm.
this is how uh, this rule is for.
Correct. Mm.
Okay. Uh, you're clear about this
Correct, bro.
implicit rules.
Yeah.
Then we already talked about the IP spoofing, but if you read, what
Okay.
else that's spoofing?
Firewalls can.
Firewall rules can be based on the source and destination IP address. Attacker use IP spoofing to change the packet IP address and make a packet look like it's from the trusted source. If your network is not protected against the IP spoofing attacks, it can exploit the vulnerability in the firewall rules and gain access to the network.
Correct, bro.
So it's just modifying your
Mm.
IP address and it make look like okay, it's a legitimate IP address,
Mhm.
right?
Okay.
So the IP address will lead to the external interface and it appears like okay, the internal IP address on the external interface.
Mhm.
So like that scenario will
Mm.
help get protected from the IP spoofing.
Okay. Good.
Uh, and we already saw the steps uh, where that IP spoofing is.
Mhm.
But here, when you install the policy,
Mhm.
this option will come into the play. We'll see this in a bit when we want to install the policy.
Mhm.
So the install policy window open shows the installation target. So here you have to specify which target gateway you want to install this policy. Organization will be having a different gateways,
Okay.
right?
Mhm.
Right now we have only one install, but when you see the real time
Mhm.
world, you only not having the one gateway, will be having multiple gateways.
Okay.
We to that.
Mhm.
So when you click that install policy, the
Mhm.
button you just shown me, it will ask you at which gateway you want to install this policy.
Got it.
Yeah. So there's something called policy package.
Mhm.
For every gateway, it
Mhm.
shows that.
Okay.
It is there. From the select policy menu, select the policy package. So which policy package you want to install, which gateway will be seen there.
Mhm.
Then select one or more policy type that are available in the package that will be showing.
Mhm.
This is the important steps you need to understand.
Mhm.
So when you install the policy, these are the mode you will see.
Mhm.
Install on its selected gateway independently,
Mhm.
or install on all selected gateway. If fail, do not install on a gateway of the same version. So
Mhm.
when we are upgrading our firewall,
Mhm.
uh, these options plays very crucial roles.
Mhm. Mhm.
Generally, when we install policy
Mhm.
uh, in a scenario, example, you have a cluster of gateways.
There are two clusters. Okay.
So if this is the clustering,
Mhm.
so when you select this option, install on each selected gateway independently.
Mhm.
So that time it will ask, okay,
Mhm.
this gateway you want to install the policy, or this gateway you want to install the policy,
Okay.
right?
Correct.
And as per the
Even though if it
description,
is in HA.
yeah.
Okay.
So it's what is saying install on each selected gateway independently.
Mhm.
So
Okay.
install the policy on each target gateway independently of others, so that if the installation fail on one of them, it doesn't affect the installation on the rest of the
Target
gateways.
carriers. Mhm. Mhm.
Note if you select for a gateway cluster install on all the member,
Mhm.
if fails, do not install at all. The security management server makes sure that it can install the policy on all cluster member before it begin the
Mhm.
installation. If
Mhm.
the policy cannot be installed on one of the member, policy installation for all of them fail. So under this option,
Mhm.
there is this option also. You need to check that box.
Mhm.
In that checkbox case only,
Mhm.
it will work for the clusters.
Mhm.
So it will install policy at both the gateway at the same time.
Mhm.
Okay.
Mhm.
In a cluster that's supposed to be delivered. You can't install on one gateway and in background it will speak to the other gateway. It should be on a both the gateway at the same time. So
Mhm.
basically it will not happen like that. You are going to install on a cluster object only, but in the background the policy push into both the gateways.
Mhm.
In a time of failover,
Mhm.
this gateway goes down. So this the another one come up. So the policy synchronization will be there.
Mhm.
Got my point or any doubt?
Got it, bro. Policy synchronization is there.
And the last one is install on all the selected gateway. If it fails, do not install on the gateway of the same version.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Here it will ask you which gateway you want to install.
Uh-huh.
During the upgrade, say we have two gateway in a cluster.
Mm-hmm.
So generally what we do, we'll upgrade the standby one first.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So if these gateways get upgraded to the latest version, say R81,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Okay.
And this is R31
Mm-hmm.
as primary one will be upgraded. So
Mm-hmm.
that time you install the policy on one of the gateway which is upgraded one.
Upgraded one. Uh-huh.
Yeah. If you install the policy on this one, then there will be a version mismatch and you will be getting other issues.
Okay.
So even if it is in a cluster, if you want to just install it on one of the gateway,
Mm-hmm. You can.
that time this option will use
Mm-hmm.
and you have to use this option.
Okay. But in general environment, if you are forming in cluster, both needs to in same version, right? Or
Right.
uh,
But when you
upgrade. Upgrade the
when
OS.
you upgrade the OS,
Okay.
right?
Uh-huh.
That time at the same time you won't be able to upgrade both the gateway because your traffic should be running, right?
Uh-huh.
This you will do the failover to this gateway.
Correct.
For example, this was your primary and this was secondary.
Okay.
Traffic was flowing from this gateway. What will do? We will failover to this gateway.
Correct.
Right? The traffic will flow from this gateway now.
Correct.
This is idle, so you will upgrade this, right?
Correct.
And once this is upgraded, you have to failover the traffic back to this gateway.
Correct.
In that case,
Mm-hmm.
if you don't install a policy on this gateway,
Mm-hmm.
how the things which is already there will be, imposed,
Mm-hmm.
right?
That's
But this is a plain or a blank
blank only.
when you upgrade.
Correct.
Until and unless we install the policy, we
Mhm.
won't do anything.
Okay.
So how you will install the policy if there is a cluster version mismatch,
Correct. Correct.
right?
But in
So that
real
time
time
this option will
scenario,
work.
yeah,
Huh.
correct. In real time scenario, if you're upgrading that OS at the time, I mean, I'm asking you, okay, are they installing any policies during the time, or generally asking?
No, can you repeat the question?
So in real time, okay, for example, today Sunday, okay, so you're going to upgrade the OS, okay, so with the downtime and all, okay, so at
Okay.
the time of upgrading, no, I'm not I'm saying I got that point, but the thing generally I ask, okay, in real time scenario, if you're upgrading the OS from there are two cluster A and cluster B. Cluster A you completed, and then before you completed, your traffic will move to cluster B. So now you're pushing the policies, okay, now you're going to like upgrade in cluster B. So during the time, is it any chances to push the policies? Any policies will come, generally ask.
Yeah. So
Is it sometimes it will come, or like generally I'm asking, based on the customer requirement it will come,
no, that time we will be having a maintenance window, right?
maintenance window, right? Okay, we will
Yeah.
not. Okay,
They that time they will not come ask you for either do any policy
do a
instruction because
policies instead.
already
Okay, generally
that
ask.
change
Okay,
the change got raised
correct.
and those uh, already customer aware of okay work is going on.
Great.
Yeah,
So,
nothing will happen there.
okay, sir. Thank you.
So this was the theoretical part so
Super.
far,
Okay.
and last one like we will be seeing the commands today.
Okay.
We'll be seeing the uh,
And
policy installation,
mm,
then our the rest of the things, right?
okay. Sure.
You can share your screen and
Sure.
we'll go through it from there.
Okay.
Give me one second. See your screen. Right. So go back to the smart console. Now go back to the security policy.
Now it came up green.
Yeah. And just try to do that the object what you're seeing at the right side, just click the double arrows at the top, very upper right.
Okay, in this network, right? Net new.
No, no, no. The upper right there is a two arrows. You just have to minimize that thing.
This
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So what you have specified here, you have specified a cleanup rule.
Okay.
What that means is anything which is hitting the firewall, getting dropped. Okay. But now you tell me,
Mhm.
we just explained about the policy flow,
Mhm.
the rule flow. If we install this policy, what will happen?
Yeah, yeah. Your voice is what you said, bro.
I'm asking you if we install the policy, what we are seeing, what you have on your
Here, right? So any
policy,
desk. Okay.
what will happen?
So there is no, I mean, because by default, why we are using that firewall? So to restrict the policy, to restrict that IPs and then restrict that services only. Here, what we have, the conditions which we are allowing that the policies, if any source, any destinations, and then any services, we are asking to like allow it only. So there is no restrictions on all here. This policies will, it's meaning like this only.
Right. What happens here? You have given a cleanup rule at the top,
Okay.
and then you are saying, okay, source is any, destination is any, okay, and action is drop.
Okay.
So whatever the communication will happen to your firewall,
It'll drop.
even you are trying to access your firewall,
Hmm.
that will also not happen. It will drop because you specified everything get dropped.
Correct.
So that is the first rule. And
Hmm.
as per the firewall rule, top down, the
Hmm.
first will match
Hmm.
and the second rule will match.
Hmm. Correct.
And once the first rule match, the rest of the rule will not come into the play.
Correct.
So this will create an issue,
Correct.
right?
Correct.
So always remember whatever you want to have acceptance,
Okay.
you need to give at the top.
Correct. Hmm.
The cleanup rule will be at the last rule.
Correct.
So right now what we will do, just
Hmm.
tweak that rule, first rule,
Yeah. Click that rule. Okay.
yeah, yeah, and just change that cleanup rule name, change the rule name,
Oh, how
and give
how to edit?
equal to,
Okay. Double click.
yeah, and give it a name, say admin rule, and specify what is your source. So source here you will be specifying your laptop IP address like that.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
So for now, keep it any, but keep in mind uh,
Hmm.
this is the admin rule, and you have to restrict
Okay.
the access to your gateway or your SMS.
Hmm.
Right? So only the legitimate users or the admins will access. So here you have to specify the
I
legitimate.
legitimate.
Yeah. So for the sake how we can create the object, show you that. So just uh,
Here.
no, click to that plus.
Plus. Okay.
Yeah. And at the right there is a you will see yeah that new click new host network whatever it is.
Hmm.
So just for sake of understanding, specify the your IP address of your machine. Give it a name. Here you have to give the name. Say my host machine whatever it is, and give the IP address. 160.
Okay. Okay. Got it. Okay.
Click OK. So destination give two things. One is your SMS and one is your this guy gateway. So here on the search, we'll see there's two things.
Oh, it will
There
come.
is something called gateway. Yeah,
Okay. Mm-hmm.
click that plus sign.
Okay.
You don't have to just click all. Just there's a something called plus option on that,
Here.
and try to give the SMS IP address.
Okay, 1 second, bro.
It
This
will find for you. Just on the search bar,
Okay, okay,
give
here.
the IP address. Yeah,
SMS like this also. Okay.
yeah. Just click the plus icon after that.
Okay.
So then you need to
For example, if you want to select multiple things like this,
just select the plus
plus,
icon.
plus, plus. Okay, correct.
Got my point? Yeah. So we don't have VPNs.
Mhm.
Services which you want to allow for your machine to access. Say for now,
HTTP.
give the HTTPS, H, right?
So it'll okay. These are default services. You mean to correct? Huh?
Yeah.
These are all
Plus,
default.
give the SSH.
SSH also. Okay.
Yeah. Version 1, version 2,
Hmm.
give version 2 as plus icon.
Okay.
Yep. Okay.
Mhm.
Now the action you are accepting this connection and track, you have
Can
to
I
log in.
can I add ping also?
Yeah.
Ping, ping.
Yeah. ICMP.
Okay,
Put
okay.
ICMP. ICMP Pro to ICMP request. So now you are getting how easy it is,
Correct,
but you need to have the core to be strong.
correct, correct, bro.
Now you can work
Mm-hmm.
in your environment, right? So now
Mm-hmm.
go to the track
Track.
and yeah, there is a you have to log it.
Okay, log it.
Yeah, we generally do the login,
Correct,
and
correct.
where you want to install policy target.
Mhm.
Don't specify gateway here.
Okay,
Generally, we keep it like a policy target,
as
right?
it is. No, no need of this one only. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So
Mhm.
this rule, what we have specified, we call it as admin rule.
Mhm.
So call it as stealth rule also. You know what is stealth rule?
No, I don't know. What question, interview
Yeah.
questions was asked. What is my strength role? But
Yeah. Stealth rule is this rule where you are restricting the
mhm.
access to the admin legitimate users.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. Mhm.
Yeah. And then uh, rest of the communication you are allowing. For example, get another rule, and please go ahead and watch my video for the stealth rule
Okay, sure, bro. Mm.
because there is I have given a perfect clarity.
Okay.
So see, now you added a rule on the top,
Mhm.
right?
Correct.
Uh, so on the top you will see the plus and plus two things.
Okay.
What it means, the below plus it will add rule below that rule, and
Mhm.
up will add rule about rule.
Correct.
For example, select the admin rule and click the second one.
Okay.
Yeah, it will add
Mhm.
it below. So
Mhm.
delete the first one. Go click number one on the number. Click to
Mhm.
the number here.
Okay. Which role?
Uh, Select one,
One.
not just select one. Yeah, click right click and you can delete it from here.
Okay. Okay.
There is delete.
Very bro.
Yeah. So now the second rule, the admin rule is done. The second rule you can add for your communication. So whatever the traffic you wanted to go outside world or whatever the things you want, you can
Mhm.
add it. So put it like anything like
Mhm.
say my IT rule or my organization rule. Anything, give any name.
Mhm.
Okay. Specify source is any for now, destination is
Okay.
uh, any traffic. Okay.
Mhm.
Uh, yeah, accept.
This one is accept. Mhm.
and then say log. So here what will happen, you are allowing every traffic, right?
Hmm.
It's conflicting. So you have to specify what need to be allowed, what not need to be allowed.
Correct.
So for now, give your source and your 190 to 168.
Okay.
Okay, and destination is any. It's fine. So rules, I won't be able to explain you each and everything.
Hmm.
It's
Okay.
like up to your organization,
Okay.
up to what we generally have.
Okay.
So accordingly, we need to configure.
Got
And
it.
if you want to, learn more on the rules, I
Hmm.
just have shown you like how you can go to the demo mode.
Hmm.
The demo mode they have specified too many rules, so you
Hmm.
can like which rule is look how we can configure that.
Okay. Got it. Hmm.
Right? So now uh, come to that rule number 3
Okay.
and edit it. Give it a name, cleanup rule. There's
Good.
something. Just double click to the test.
Okay.
Yeah, give it a cleanup rule. So this is also general question we get you in during the interview. What is the difference between the cleanup rule and stealth?
Hmm.
Right. So
Hmm.
cleanup rule is always be specified at the last.
Lost.
Cleanup rule gives you sources, any destination is any, services are any, and you are dropping any sort of communication. But only important thing what you need to notice here,
Hmm.
you are logging that things.
Hmm. You're okay.
So at the track, you are logging that thing. What do you mean by log? So whatever the
Traffic.
traffic drop due to the cleanup rule,
Hmm.
you will be seeing
Seeing.
on the logs.
See in the logs.
That's the only simple thing
Hmm.
they want to
Expect.
uh, hear from you.
Okay.
Okay. Now, so for now, you have configured 3 rules. The next step, you need to save those rules. So go to that publish at the top.
Publish.
Yeah, and publish it.
So here, whatever the configurations which I did, right?
Mhm.
Uh, Here we can show. So, for
Yeah.
example,
So where
show
you can
compare.
see that, I
Show
will just
compare.
show you.
Okay, okay.
Go to the manager setting.
This publish it.
Yeah, you publish. Now go to the manager setting. There is a like a security policy, logs monitoring, and there is a last tab manager setting. Yeah.
Okay, management settings. Okay.
Here, if you see, there is something called session.
Hmm.
This is the admin session. Just click to this session. Okay. So whatever the activity you have performed,
Hmm.
okay, is logged under it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hmm.
For now, you haven't pushed it, but
Hmm.
this is what you have done. So if you want to remove this, like
Hmm.
okay, I deliver these things,
Hmm.
you can go to that action tab at the top here
Action.
only, here, on the
Okay, okay.
uh,
Action.
yeah, yeah. So here, if you want to do, disconnect this admin, or you want to delete whatever the action you have deleted,
Hmm.
you can do it from here. Okay.
Okay. So the okay. So for example, this policies which I put it right. Okay. So I push it. I published. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. So in Juniper and all, no, sir. So
Mhm.
whatever the policies if you are putting, okay. So there is an option before committing, right? You can see whether the one you are putting that is a correct and all.
Mhm.
You created here. So after
Yeah.
that, like you show compare. Okay, you are changing that the policy is comparing
Yeah,
correctly.
in Palo Alto we have those things,
Correct.
but here unfortunately we don't see what are the changes you made.
Once if you did,
Uh,
that's it.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, but
Uh-huh.
uh, uh, go to that manager setting
Uh-huh. One
where the
second.
yeah Uh, Go to that preference, yes,
Mhm.
and come at the bottom. Yeah, yeah. Go to the checkpoint left and click that checkbox. Enable session plan.
Mhm.
So whatever activity we will be doing now,
Mhm.
we will be seeing at the right side. Okay.
Mhm.
So for example, do whatever. For example, come to the security policy
Mhm.
and tweak something here. Add any protocol here on your route. Say RDP. Yeah. Come back. Do you
Mhm.
see? These are the activities you are performing.
Okay. This one else.
Yeah, this one will help at least some extent.
Okay. Got it.
So during your session, these are the things you are deliver.
Okay. 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 In managing settings, the losses of checkpoint la session
Yeah.
activities then.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying, I have a lot of videos according to this
Okay.
simplifying your life.
Okay.
So if you check my channel now,
Yeah, I'm
you'll be
keep on
getting a lot
watching,
of things.
but
Yeah.
okay. Let me go through this completely one time also one more time. Okay.
So click publish. See, whatever you are doing now,
Mm-hmm.
you have to publish.
Okay.
Okay. Now once you set publish, that
Mm-hmm.
session what you are delivered is gone
Mm-hmm.
from session activity pane.
Correct.
So you have to publish at the last once you finish,
Okay.
right?
Correct.
Okay. So now go to that managing setting. There is something called revision. Sorry. Click that revision.
Revisions. Yeah.
Revision.
Correct. Correct.
Yeah. So if, for example, what are the activities you have delivered now,
Mm-hmm.
you will seeing those things here.
Here. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
How?
Uh, and if you just click here, double click to that, anything, view, yeah, they want to launch on a read-only mode and view the selected revision. So don't do that now. But for example, if you done this activity today,
Mm-hmm.
you want to watch this thing 2 days back, you forgot, okay, what I did yesterday.
Okay.
So you have to come here and select day, whatever the activity done by you.
Mm-hmm.
You have to click view
Mm-hmm.
to show you what you have done.
Okay.
Okay.
Got it.
And if you want, okay, for example, right now, say today you have delivered this work,
Mm-hmm.
and said, 2 days back also you did some changes, and
Mm-hmm.
due to that something get messed up. Okay, you also have a flexibility to come back here and
Mm-hmm.
install your previous configuration, what we did today.
Okay.
So this is what your friend
For,
for in your life.
for example, few minutes before we have created this interface management. If you
Yeah,
see that the configuration, it will show here.
yeah,
We
yeah,
can we can view sir or like
yes, yes.
can I
But
click?
this option when, yeah, yeah, go for it. But when we will use this option, something get messed up and you want to go back to the previous revision control,
Uh-huh.
previous version,
Mhm.
you select this thing.
Okay. Correct. For example, 2 days before, for example, if I did one changes, okay,
Mhm.
I want to roll back that immediately. Okay.
Yes, this is what your friend here.
Yeah. Preferences.
No, no, no,
So
not like
revision.
that.
Sir.
Not like that. Go
Mhm.
to the security policy.
Security policies. Wait.
So it only shows you what changes you done earlier,
Earlier. Uh-huh.
like
Uh-huh.
latest changes.
Uh-huh. Got it.
You got my point?
Got it. Got it. Got it. Hmm. So the day what you did, that will show. Uh-huh.
That will show. And if you want to, install that, so from there only you can go ahead and do that revision control install. Just
Okay.
close this thing.
This one. How to close this?
Yeah, just there's a cross button at the top.
Hmm. Okay.
So
Uh-huh.
now just come back here and
Uh-huh.
you just that just right click or something on that? Okay. So when you talk purge, that means you want to delete that,
Mhm.
and there is if you could just scroll it little bit here and there. There may be something like you can push that from this action from here itself.
Mhm.
Uh, Click edit. Okay. It's, so basically, there should be something where you can install this thing from here itself. You're not seeing that, right? Or maybe that option got changed.
Okay. Mhm.
Uh, just come down. I mean, the screen is not completely visible.
What is it?
Then yeah, come down. There may be some here only. Yeah, this is it, right?
Correct. So complete
This,
screen only.
this is complete.
No
Okay,
changes,
okay.
admin. No task in progress.
Yeah, go click to this audit logs.
Audit.
There is audit logs.
Audit logs.
Yeah.
Logs
There's a
and
demo. Yeah, no, here only. On the this page only, revision page only. There is
revision.
audit. No, yeah, there is audit
Yeah,
logs.
yeah, got it, got it. Mm.
Yeah. So these are the logs also what you have done. So
Mhm.
you have created the object. Okay.
Uh-huh. Okay, so in interface management, what I did, like it'll show. For
Yeah.
example,
So
here, okay, I went there and I modified that policy, and then
yeah.
I added that one object was changed.
Yeah.
Okay, so I went here. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I have added remote desktop protocol. It'll show. Okay, good.
Yeah.
So in revisions, it'll show. Mm-hmm. So loss is 7 days divisions, like complete. Okay, got it, bro.
Yeah.
Mm. In audit logs,
So
it's so.
yeah.
So
And so there are other tabs also. Just watch my one video I have for this.
for complete,
You,
lah, complete.
yeah,
Okay.
you will understand. So
Hmm.
right now, at least we have a clear understanding how we can, deliver the policy through
Policies.
this. Work.
Correct. Correct.
Now go to that install policy.
Install policy.
Yeah. As I have shown you, there are options
Hmm.
like uh, import packages like that.
Okay.
Yeah. But before that, if you see, we are working on a standard package only. So if you want to create a multiple package, you can create that. It will be showing in a bit. But
Hmm.
for now, consider this is one of the package of the package.
Hmm.
At the install mode, you will see install on each selected gateway independently and there's a tick mark. Okay. By default comes.
Hmm.
So you have to have this in place. And in the case of upgrade, you have to select the below option, right? And
Okay.
be-
Depending on install
just
inside.
now, uncheck the threat prevention because we haven't configured it.
Where? Threat preferred.
Uh, yeah,
Okay. Okay. Threat preferred. Correct.
we only configure access policies,
Hmm.
right?
This is for
And,
access policies only. Okay.
yeah. And if you have a threat prevention policies in place, you configure that. You can select the threat prevention and say then you have to select install policy.
Okay.
So at the bottom there is something called install policy. You have to click that.
Mm. Got it.
Just click to the install policy. So here you will see the progress of your installation of policy.
Mm.
It will fail. It will accept
This one, no?
whatever it is.
This one, right?
You will see that,
Okay.
right? Progress of that.
Super. Mm. So it was going, right? It is going.
Yeah. Now
Okay.
you are saying the policy installation is succeeded.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm.
Whatever you have on place
Mm.
is now imposed on the gateway.
Mm.
Okay.
Yeah, அதெல்லாம் சொல்லுங்க.
So
Durga.
this is for the policy thing,
Mm.
right?
Mm.
Now we will move to the command line and we will run some command, and then
Mhm.
uh, we'll try to check the license and we'll end the session. Okay.
Mhm. Okay.
Now go to the CLI. You have putty.
Okay. Okay. Puttiya. 1 second. T
It's not there. It's fine. Go to that VMware
VMware. Okay.
and go to that gateway one.
Go to
Gateway one,
Kit. Okay.
right? Go inside and press enter. Login. Give the password.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there are two modes.
Mhm.
Checkpoint firewall.
Mhm.
One is the standard mode where you are right now.
Mhm.
So this arrow
Mhm.
is indicate you are at the standard mode,
Mhm.
right? And
Correct.
there is something called expert mode.
Expert mode. Okay. Mhm.
Yeah. So we have flexibility to run advanced level commands from the expert mode
Okay.
and basic commands
Mhm.
from standard mode.
Okay.
Okay. So for now, I will ask you to run the standard command, but let's go for the advanced as well.
Okay.
So first, what you need to do, you need to go to the expert mode and you need to run the command from the expert mode. But before that, you need to set up a expert mode password. So
Okay.
for the checking purpose, just type expert there,
Expert. Huh? Okay.
push enter.
Enter.
What it says,
Expert. Expert password has been defined. To set expert password, use a command yes to set expert password. Set expert password
yeah,
first.
write that command.
Okay. Here is all. Okay.
When you press tab, it auto select the command. Okay, like
Okay.
this is
Okay.
now.
Mhm.
Give the password and remember this. It's very important.
Yeah. Done.
Now say save config.
Save config. Huh? Okay.
Now type it and give the password.
Hmm.
This is the uh, symbol for the expert mode. So right now you are in the expert mode, and all the advanced commands will be run from the expert.
Okay. Advanced features. Huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
And now if you want to go back to the previous cell, standard
Mhm.
cell,
Mhm.
you have to type CLISH, fish,
CLI.
SH,
Yes, sir.
not space, not space. It's a complete word. CLISH,
Okay.
enter. So it's saying you can't go from one interactive section to another interactive session.
Mhm.
Yeah, usually you have to click, otherwise you have to press exit, enter
Mhm.
exit.
Okay.
Either way, you go back to the previous mode.
Okay.
Okay. Now here type show and tab.
Okay.
So here you will see whatever the commands available. Okay. So
For
for
example.
example, you do show. Uh, yeah, yeah, already typed the show version, for example. Okay, you have to press the tab to see
Mhm.
all. Yeah, what are all our options you have.
Built. Okay.
Right?
Mhm.
So you can play around the command line here.
Okay.
Whatever you want to. see stuff,
Okay.
right?
Okay. This is a show version product. If you're putting only, then you can
Yeah.
see which version your checkpoint have.
So
Okay.
show is your friend for
Mhm.
looking out the thing. Like you say, na, you want to see the configuration and
Correct.
everything.
Correct.
Even you can run the command show config.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, configuration. The last option, show configuration.
இங்கதான் Okay.
You will see whatever the configuration you have,
Okay. Okay. வரான் பார்.
right?
Yeah. Show configuration.
Here you can literally use the command and run as it is. So for example, you have a format given. So see set
Correct.
web session timeout, example for whatever you have requirement.
Okay.
Okay, you are given the set IPv6 state off. You can make it on whatever you want to set interface. Everything is by default given there. Okay, you just have to tweak as per your requirement.
Correct. 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 Correct.
So basically, go to Google and ask the question to the Google. Okay, how to do that? It will give you the direction like what command and how command you can run. Right
Correct.
now, you know how it works.
Correct.
Right,
Correct.
so you can easily run this thing. So you can set interface IP address.
For example,
You
if you
can
want to see
configure.
show host names, you can see host name.
Yeah, yeah. If that command is allowed, yeah.
Show host name.
Press tab always. It will
Okay.
give you, you know, the next level of it. There's a lot to play here, okay, with the command line.
Okay.
On
So, for
this
example, if you
dynamic.
want to check the traffic, okay, show security policies like show security. So, what are the policies which we have put it right? Will you able to show here? I mean, we can see.
Yes, yes, yes. You will see that.
Uh,
But you have to select the right option. You have to search that command
okay. Okay.
and
Okay.
you have to put that.
Show policy name. If you're putting show
Yeah.
policy name, that will show. Correct.
Yeah.
Mm,
For example, there may be some tweak
mm,
on that command you can get from Google,
mm.
right?
Correct.
So
Correct. Correct.
there are too many options available for you here.
Correct. Correct. Correct.
Now you know how it works, so you can play. And this is your lab environment.
Correct.
So do whatever you want to do. Nothing will happen.
Correct.
Okay,
Correct.
you're learning.
Correct.
The
Correct.
show thing will not happen anywhere.
Hey, Varambar. Mm,
Now
correct.
let's go to the expert
Only
mode.
1 second, sir. 1 second, sir. One
Yeah,
second.
yeah, good.
Yeah. So show put if you put show configurations, we can see completely. You want to say,
Yeah.
So
But you
here,
will not see the policy configuration.
so here will not show policy configuration.
See, as I told you, there is two things.
Uh-huh.
One is your SMS
Uh-huh.
and one is your gateway.
Correct.
So gateway related thing you will see on a gateway,
Mm-hmm.
and SMS related thing you will see on SMS.
But yeah, so you have pushed the policies to the gateway, right?
Yeah, but you push those policies, right?
Correct.
The policy will be got a form of binary or whatever it is, and then push to the gateway,
Uh-huh.
right?
Okay.
But actually, where you have defined this policy?
In manager only.
Yeah, so and you are looking at the gateway.
Okay. Uh-huh. Oh, okay. So for
So here
example,
you
if
will see the gateway related configuration.
only gateway related configurations only.
Yeah, and
Uh-huh.
whatever you will do for the say HA configuration,
Uh-huh.
VPN configuration, VPN tunnels,
Uh-huh.
like that, we'll see all those things.
Okay. For example, what are the policies which I push it? Okay, if I'm going to like see on SMS only, I can see. Correct.
Yeah, here also you have a facility that which policies impacted on
Mhm.
the gateway.
Mhm.
So there is comes a command called fw
Mhm.
stat,
Mhm.
right? Then
Okay. Which command, sir?
fw
FW.
space stat,
Okay.
enter. So right now this is the standard policy is installed on your gate. Like that, the policy package name will give you.
Mhm.
Okay,
Mhm.
and now you know the policy package.
Correct.
You can go to the SMS and you will see what all in that policy package.
Okay. If I
You
want
got
to
my
see
point?
the policies, I need to go SMS only. Okay.
Yeah.
So for
Suppose
troubleshooting
there
and
is a
all, for example, if I'm
command line for the policy lookup. You
Mhm.
can see on a GUI, right?
Okay.
Right.
Mhm.
Command line, you will get a lot of policies. There are commands to
Mhm.
see the policies. Uh, you will get it from Google. But why you want to look on the CLI
Mhm.
or the policies?
So
It
actually,
will not be.
how this happened, sir? So
Uh-huh.
so there are two men. I'm not that much familiar. Just like the Palo Alto, just I mean. So it's been like 3 to 4 months we are in migrations. Okay. So earlier in it, this one only Juniper. Okay. So Juniper completely in CLI only. So Juniper firewalls and all not onboarded to like SMS and all. Only standalone file and only. So for example, if you belongs to Delhi, so in Delhi, one location, okay, Delhi in Noida, okay, one office is there. In one Noida office, there are two firewalls is there. That a
Yeah.
particular two firewall, you will log in and then you will put that configuration whatever you want, and then you will commit and then you will come out. Okay, next day if you are going, that the same firewall you will see that configuration is there or not. Okay, and then you will
Yeah.
troubleshoot it and then CLI only. Okay, policies everything will show.
Yeah.
Now these devices and all what they did, they are onboarded into SMS like Juno Space, like SMS they onboarded. In Juno Space, what we are doing, just we are pushing the policies only. What just we are pushing the policies, we're creating in that. These two things only we are doing in SMS. Once if you place that thing, then automatically it will push to your gateway. Once if it is pushed to the gateway, if any
Mhm.
troubleshooting, okay, if any troubleshooting is going there, so completely on gateway only. Completely will go to check that policies. For example, which policies I put, show configuration. So if I put that the policy name as internet, okay. So which this policies which we put Nazar, we put these two policies. Okay, this name is that
Yes.
admin
Yes.
role.
I got your point,
Uh,
right?
uh,
But what is the recent policy push happen?
uh-huh,
Whatever the recent changes happen,
uh-huh,
okay,
uh-huh.
that you want to say, right? For example, you just put it to policy
There are
here.
two policies admin and for this
Yeah,
gateway. This is my
yeah,
gateway. So these two things it will goes there. So for example, if I have like 5 firewalls, these two policies I'll put it in Delhi, or one more two policies I put it in Chennai location. So I want to because one project is reporting my access. I mean my RDP is not working. In which location? Delhi location. I don't want to log into the Chennai location. I'll go to the login to the this locations only on the respective gateway, and I'll
see,
start troubleshoot.
that I got your point,
Okay.
but here,
Here only.
that's why we call it like a checkpoint is having a different world altogether.
Correct, correct. So here completely
Troubleshooting
in one shot
here,
itself. Huh?
yeah, troubleshooting here is sort of different.
Uh-huh.
So in your scenario, you are saying you look the policy what you have configured.
Mhm,
Okay.
mhm,
In our scenario, what we will do, here we will see whether that what are the customers requesting that drop. Okay.
mhm.
We'll check that from the command line or log. For example, go to the command line again of the gateway.
Gateway,
Yeah. And for here, you need to go to the expert name.
firewall start, right?
Type
Sorry.
expert.
Okay. So expert.
Yeah. Put the IP or put the password.
Okay.
Yeah. And here, if you want to check if anything is dropping to the firewall,
Mhm.
you type the command fw
Okay.
space ctl space Z debug, one line, debug, okay, space plus space drop, okay. Please enter for now. What is this? Updated kernel debug one. CTL debug plus drop. So CTL debug drop. Uh, Updated kernels debug variable mode. Okay. Just remove that plus sign and instead of that just put the drop. Okay, you forgot to do that debug. Z word.
Z word. Z.
Sorry, alphabet. Yeah. Now put a plus again. Enter. Okay. So if something drop is happening, okay, it will give you output here.
Mm-hmm.
For example, uh, if someone else is trying to your system and that rule is not there, it will give you detail okay why it's getting dropped. Okay. Now Control C and again go to that command. Just press upper arrow. Okay, and give space. Uh, Give pipe symbol. Yeah, space grep. And if you want to check with some IP address, okay, this is the IP address I want, like a source IP address or destination IP address, whatever IP address is getting dropped, or on that IP address the communication getting dropped. Enter. It will give you the reason whether the policy is getting dropping that packet or whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
So see, if you see, you will get this output. Whatever the packet is getting dropped
Mm-hmm.
for that communication,
Mm-hmm.
it will give you the reason. See, there is something written like spook IP address.
Mm-hmm.
So for now, some spoofing is happening
Mm-hmm.
on your this IP address.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and due to that, the packet is dropped because we have specified anti-spoofing,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Correct.
Like that, you do the troubleshooting, and there is various ways,
Very
performing the
good.
troubleshooting.
Okay.
So in checkpoint wall, this is all together in a different level.
Okay. Got it.
Okay, it's not act similar like how it act on a Palo Alto or how it act on a Juniper.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
It's
Advanced.
yeah, it's different ways to do the troubleshooting.
Okay.
Okay, so one of the way this is the classic. Just I write down this command. It will help you a lot
Yeah. Yeah.
from the troubleshooting.
Definitely.
And you have to come out of this. You have to press Control C. Okay. Now we will run some basic command. Write your uptime. It will show you how long your gateway is up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now type top.
That the process is going there. Huh?
Yeah. It will give you what is your CPU utilization, what is your memory utilization. Sometimes high CPU utilization, high memory utilization, the issues are not working well. Also, if you look at the upper side, there are a lot of things. One of the important thing is there is called zombie. Do you
So
see that?
no, sir.
Zero zombie.
Uh-huh. No, it's attacker or like any plugin.
On the top right side, on the output,
Yeah, zombie, sir. Zombie. Correct.
zombie.
Huh?
So zero zombie.
Ah.
So if the files are zombie files and they're causing issues, so those things you can see here. Also, you will see memory space utilization, swap memory utilization. So this is how you can tell to the end user or whatever the your seniors that okay what's happening on the firewall,
Okay.
whether firewall is consume memory, is doing the swapping, whatever it is. You will learn accordingly, slowly, slowly. Okay.
Got it, sir.
This is a very advanced topic I am telling you.
Okay, okay.
Now, just say Control C, and just when you type clear, CLEAR, enter, it will clear the screen. It will not impact anywhere. It just clear your screen. Okay.
Okay.
Remember this command also. Now, uh, you can type the command called df space h df dd as in dog,
Okay.
f as
DF. Okay.
in space hyphen h, enter. So this this is the output you will get, where you will see like what is the ROM or hard disk utilization
Mm-hmm.
currently. So sometimes this log directory will get full, or the other directory will get full, firewall get hangs.
Mm-hmm.
So keeping these checks in place, it saves a lot of things. Like, okay, whether my hard disk is getting full or whatever the things happening on my firewall. So
Mm-hmm.
this is the command which will help you to check the things
Mm-hmm.
related to the hard disk, right?
Got it. Mm.
Now
If
type simple command if config space. Yeah, you can
space.
do that. If config space pipe symbol and more. So this way you can use your space bar to scroll down.
Okay.
Okay, to see the entire page. So here you will see the your interface configuration,
Okay.
right? Like our Windows what we use IP config,
Correct.
here
Slash
we
all.
use if config,
Correct. If config. Okay.
right?
So to ping means
To which one?
ping command how it work?
Yeah, simple. Like ping and give the IP.
192.168.0.125. Okay. So from gateway to SMS communication is there. Huh?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Now
Mm-hmm.
uh, I'll just type this command over the chat. You can copy paste, and I'll tell you the meaning. Okay.
Okay. So
These are the essential commands. That's why I'm giving you to be ready or have those commands handy with you.
so one doubt, one doubt. Okay. So here I'm trying to ping this one, right? 192.168.0.130. Okay.
Mm.
10.130
Yeah.
from my IP 1062, but even though it is in same subnet 10 dot this one, okay, 106 dot 101.125, okay, so 0.130 is my gateway. If I'm trying to ping here, so here the policy hit code net showing 0 only. I'm trying to do ping only, right? It won't hit,
Mhm.
it won't communicate.
No, no, no. This is uh, it's not updated, on the go. Like it takes time.
Mhm.
Yeah. So if you can see somewhere there is a refresh or something like that.
Yeah, refresh where it is.
No, right? Yeah. So it's not give you count one by one. It's like say for example 1K, 2K. If it's count is it in a larger state.
Mhm.
Yeah, it will not give you okay one hit is happening. You will see there's a percentage given.
Where?
See 0% like that.
Mhm.
It will give you in a percentage.
Mhm. But
Right?
for example,
But
earlier,
if you want to check,
what we did, so we put this one as a drop. Okay, somewhere
yeah.
like we have put drop now. So at the time,
Yeah. But if you want to check which rule is hitting,
yeah.
Go to that logs and monitor.
Here, logs on monitor.
Yeah, and here go to the logs, the first tab. Yeah, and click to that enter search query here. Not here, upper side.
Here.
Yeah, yeah. There is bottom. You will see source, add search filters.
Uh, okay, source, right? I need to click source, right?
Yeah, yeah. Click and give the source IP address. Now again give space. Yeah, click destination and give the destination IP address.
Primary. Okay.
Yeah, and search enter. Okay.
I'm
If
doing
any,
130. Sorry, 130 is 125. I think 125, sir.
yeah. No, no. What I'll tell you.
Okay, okay.
Go for it. Whatever you want to put, I'll after that I'll tell you. Okay. Now this search will give you those results, right?
Hmm.
But remember, it you have not specified the default gateway of your PC to this as this firewall.
Hmm. Hmm.
So the traffic is passing not via firewall.
Same
It
subnet.
is passing normally.
Normally, same subnet.
But if you give the default gateway to
Uh-huh.
this this firewall,
Okay.
go to that network setting and give the default gateway as this firewall,
Mhm.
then only what happen?
This one,
Yeah, now then it will divert the this and you will get the output.
okay. So you need to give static IP. Maybe the
Yeah,
connectivity will lost. Huh?
yeah, that's why we are
Okay.
not doing it. But offline you can learn all these things.
Okay. Okay. Got it.
Yeah,
Okay.
and always remember, okay, when you troubleshoot anything now,
Mm-hmm.
think about the OSI layer model,
Hmm.
physical layer, data link layer,
Mm-hmm.
network layer. So first, think about the physical layer,
Correct.
whether you have those connectivity in place.
Correct.
Right? I just thought about the physical layer and I come to know basic connectivity is not there. Then how it will show you this?
Correct. Hmm.
Okay? Keep in those things in your mind,
Correct.
right? So go back to the command line.
Come on, black. Okay.
So are you getting what you want to learn from this session?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Right? The
So.
purpose is to make you aware and make you ready for the
Okay.
right.
Correct.
Now I like to show you where the logs get stored. Okay, so let me write down the command for you. I have somewhere here. Yeah. I have put it on a chat. If you see
Okay.
Google chat, yeah, put that command on that VMware.
Okay.
Or you can type it if it's not
Okay.
getting.
I'll type it.
Yeah, because that's why I told you to have a putty.
Putty. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, but right now it's okay. Right, cat.
Okay.
I
Cat.
tell you.
Okay. Cat slash var slash
Mhm,
log
mhm.
messages. Mm-hmm.
So here you will see all the system logs.
Mm-hmm.
So if your system got crash or whatever happened,
Mm-hmm.
you will see here.
Okay.
So basically, just type one command pwd. So it will give you the your present working location, right?
Mhm.
It's all Linux, okay, by the way.
Okay.
So now, if you want to go to that location, what you will do? Like you will do the cd.
Correct. The path.
Yeah, you will give the path cd, then var,
Slash.
then log.
Correct. Correct.
Right? Just give the path cd space var space log and say enter and say ls, not just ls,
Only ls.
only ls. You're already on that path. You just have to see the listed directories there. That's why.
Mhm.
Just uh, just give the ls. Remove everything and put ls. Except cd. cd also remove. Just ls.
Okay.
So here you will see that message file from
Mhm.
where we got it output. If
Mhm.
you see, there is something called message file.
Correct. Here messages is there.
Yeah. So
Mhm.
this is the files where you will get all these system logs.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay. Got.
So like that in a checkpoint wall, you will have a lot of commands.
Mhm.
Okay. I will give you the cheat sheet. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Where you will be having commands for different blades, different purposes.
Okay.
Right.
Mhm.
It will help you to do the troubleshooting.
Okay.
By
Mhm.
end of the day, I'll be forwarding you a lot of documents and cheat sheets
Okay.
for your referrals and understanding purpose.
Okay.
Okay. Uh, this is all about the command line.
Mhm.
There is a lot of things. If I try to explain about the command line, it will go days.
Correct. 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 That's true. If you want to like check that troubleshooting partner.
Yeah. So if you want to check the processes, like which processes are there, you have to use command top and also write down this command ps,
Dear.
p as in Paris, s as in sharp,
Okay.
space aux, enter. So it gives you, what I mean, display all the running processes,
Okay.
right? And there's one important command. I'll just copy pasting on the uh,
Mhm.
chat. Just look from the get that command from the chat, from the Google chat.
Okay. Okay.
Or you need to type it.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll type it.
cpwd underscore admin list.
Yeah.
So it will show you cpwd underscore admin underscore.
Without
Uh,
space.
yeah, not space, just cpwd underscore admin space list, enter. So this output is very important. I'll
Mhm.
just so here if you see, you will see the process IDs
Mhm.
in the different processes. 2.5,
Mhm.
right?
Correct.
There is one status stat with the CAT,
Mhm.
and under that you are seeing all E. And E stand for
Okay.
established. Okay,
He stand for established. Sorry.
established.
Established. Okay. Okay.
What do you mean by established? So currently these are the processes we have in a checkpoint firewall. Those processes will be established.
Okay.
If in case those processes not established,
Mhm.
one of the functionality of the firewall will not operate that process.
Mhm.
Okay, so sometimes you will see, instead of you will see T.
Terminate. Okay.
T hasn't terminated. So if you see something like that,
Mhm.
that means related to that process, the
Mhm.
function will not work.
Okay.
So always use this command to as a pre-checks to see everything is working well,
Mhm.
right?
Got it.
Yeah. So I think this
Mhm.
is
Yeah.
a lot for you for today to
Yeah. Yeah.
grab.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
So
So
try to digest it and learn from your own
okay.
some things
Okay.
like commands and everything.
Definitely. So here and so for example, this two things which we have put it right. If you
Mhm.
want to like bring into cluster, okay.
Yeah.
So just like I'll try it like one, just like give me
Yeah.
a
To do that, you will also try to install a gateway.
one more gateway.
Okay. Yeah, one more gateway,
Okay.
and again you will establish a SIG,
hmm
right?
hmm
And once that is done,
hmm
you can search Google like how to create a cluster between the two gateways.
Okay.
Okay. Or you will again use this option.
hmm
Go to gateways.
Gateways. Huh? Here.
Yeah. No, the about the
Okay.
yeah,
hmm
and if you click that star,
Where bro? Start. Okay.
there is something called cluster.
Okay.
Click the cluster. You know, just refer the document you will get on a Google
hmm
and explain you the step how you can add the gateway.
Okay.
Just click classic mode.
hmm
You know,
Okay, so for, one more doubt. Okay, classic mode and then this one. So
mm.
better like sorry, prime SMS and then CPA gateway. If it is in like different subnet, then we can play, right? So natting will be in place, right?
If in the connectivity between the SMS and the gateway, they should be on the same network.
Same
Those,
network. Okay,
it thumb rule.
okay,
Each network is on the same network.
okay.
There will not natting and all those things will not work here,
hmm Okay,
right? That's the thumb rule.
okay. This one you said, no? Wizard mode and classic mode. Try to
Yeah,
go for classic mode, huh?
yeah. Go for the wizard mode for you are learning, right?
Okay,
So it will give you guide by guide. Okay, things. Just you have to put the things here and click next, 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 and it will work. Or
okay.
better refer any admin guide or whatever. I yesterday have shown you walkthrough about the site, right?
Correct.
Over there, if you type like okay cluster Excel
Mhm.
admin guide, it will give you that guide and it will help you,
Perfect.
right?
Sure.
So now at least you are aware of what is checkpoint, how it works,
How
and
do
how
I
it will
looks
deliver.
fine. Okay.
Yeah, and now I can see the question coming in your mind how to add this and that. That means at least you are now at least somehow confident about doing the things.
Correct. Correct.
So that was my purpose for this session.
Okay. Perfect.
Uh, Tomorrow we will do more on your licensing part.
Okay.
So I will walk you through the licensing
Mm.
and few more concepts, few more commands.
Okay.
Okay. And
Okay.
whatever the query you have
Okay.
from today's session,
I'll note it down and
uh,
then we'll ask you.
yeah,
Thank you.
yeah. Ask me anything. Okay.
Mm.
It's if it's not related to this session, if it's very advanced, whatever you have in your mind.
Okay. Okay.
So you have one more day.
Because na correct. So what happen? So they will ask initially how to like if for example I given recent interview. So what
Yeah,
first question? How to set your management IP address? How to form a cluster? That is the first question. Huh?
yeah, yeah,
Okay, so because now if you get a one device, okay, that is a preliminary. Okay, you have to like bring the device into
yeah.
cluster.
In
So
the cluster.
cluster both model needs to be in same, and then
Yeah,
both OS version needs to be in same. So then
yeah,
how you are doing that a cluster formation? Okay, so they will ask this kind of question. Those things I'll try from like self. Okay, if anything
yeah.
challenges,
Yeah.
will update you. So one more thing, is it like this means wait, what is this command line?
Sorry.
This one, what is this command line here?
Yes. So 2 days before only I have put in a video.
Okay, bro.
So
Let me watch
yeah, and
that.
you have to follow me, man.
Okay, bro.
So
That's
this is
good.
I just tell you this
Okay.
is the something we call as a REST API.
hmm
So if you want to do the job in a bulk, for example, you have say hundreds of IP addresses. Okay,
Correct.
so how you can add those? You don't come here and add a single IP address at a time, right?
Correct, correct.
You don't have to do that.
Mm-hmm.
You just have to use that command line approach
Mm-hmm.
and put the bulk command at a one time and just have all those uploaded.
Okay. So in my day-to-day activities, right? Okay. It's not like the one policies. Okay. Generally,
Even if
100 policies will come. Okay.
it will come right
Mm-hmm.
like that,
Mm-hmm.
okay,
Mm-hmm.
you will use that REST API option.
Okay.
So just try to refer my video.
Mm.
I have given a direction which document to be referred and
Perfect.
how to put the commands over there.
Perfect. Perfect. Okay.
Lot of things, and just keep following me. Lot of things going to
Perfect.
come
Perfect.
as well,
Perfect.
right?
Perfect.
Yeah,
Chalo. Okay. We'll catch up. Okay.
yeah. Okay.
Thank
Have
you.
a good day.
Have a good day, bro. Thank you.
Yeah.
Nice for the
Bye.
session today. Thank you.
No worries, man. Bye.